Bubblegum, baby dolls, and of course, butterscotch biscuits. Welcome, welcome. Earlier in this year, we saw China coins. And then China coins died. And then it became a meme. You see, people started buying China coins based off what they thought retailers would think is a Chinese coin. And then it died. Shortly after that, AI took crypto by storm. But instead of buying AI products, because none of them existed, people bought AI products that generated cartoon boobies and cartoon images. And then that died as well. Shortly after that, in April of this year, Pepe became an overnight sensation. It did 340,000x in less than a month. Real numbers. But then more meme coins came out. A lot of people changed their description. And when I was saying, hey guys, you should be exiting out of Pepe, it's getting way too euphoric. Start trimming, top signals. As I was saying that, people would rush to my replies in YouTube and Twitter and they would say, frogs, not dogs. Frogs, not dogs. The dogs won, friends. Oh, that hurt. Okay, so they bought Pepe 2. They bought Pepe 3. Meme coins became a sensation. Didn't stop there. Shortly after that, Arbitrum had a narrative. Again, mid-curve Arbitrum. Some coins on Arbitrum got like a Binance listing and everyone's like, oh, wow, the Arbitrum yield. They're going to do like a second airdrop, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people thought Arbitrum was just going to take over because before June of this year, Ethereum was going up versus Bitcoin and it was doing well. And everybody thought with the yield and the progression going on is going to be great news, isn't it? Then it fizzled out. And then it turns out, as yours truly, your friend who you like and subscribe to with a straight posture, I was posting many posts showing on-chain whales, insiders, scum, okay, subhuman filth, while they were promoting these Arbitrum mid-curve DeFi projects as the founders themselves. They were sending millions of dollars of the coin to the exchanges to dump. Okay. Then we had the Bitcoin ETF narrative that came about. But now, if you'll notice, friends, what happened in December, this month. This lovely month of December, we saw Soylana and its ecosystem go up. So Soylana goes up, the spear goes up, and then the poop coins start to rise from that, right? We also saw crypto gaming. So Alex Becker and Elio trades, because Alex Becker has like almost 1 million followers on Twitter now, and Elio has like 500 or 600,000. They're like basically have like 1 million people between them, right? It could be crossover, but that's a lot of attention put on crypto gaming. And guess what? Crypto gaming was just ready for the spark. So you see now, remember, we started with Chinese coins. And then we went to AI. The narratives keep moving. The narratives are never static. There's always something that happens. I mean, even throw out in there, friends, PulseChain launched. You know, PulseChain launched in May. We all thought it was going to have a narrative, didn't we? Because there's Richard Hart, $1 billion plus. We thought $600 million of sacrifice funds, which we have no expectations of, just sitting there. We thought, I wonder if someone would do something. I wonder. No expectations, but I wonder if something would do something. There was yield farming on PulseX. All of these things we thought would happen. The prices started moving up and then they flopped. Okay, and then you had the nail in the coffin, which is the corrupt SEC doing their attacks on July 31st after that. So as you can see, friends, the crypto industry and these narratives is filled with little sparks that never catch into a flame. They just get blown out by the wind over and over and over again. But people will still speculate, will still gamble, you know? You throw in some Bitcoin ordinals here and there. We even saw Coinbase Layer 2 appear. Base took the attention away from Arbitrum in the middle of the year. You see, friends, there's just so many. There's so many. You got no idea what the freaking hell is going on most of the time. And you probably wonder, how do people actually make it? Well, I'm going to tell you something. Back in the day, back in my day, in 2020, similar things were happening. But then 2021 came, and all those theories that people had, some of them played out. So for example, crypto gaming was not a thing in 2020. It wasn't a thing. It took 2021 bull market, Bitcoin breaking the all-time high, for people to start taking notice of it. The gaming coins existed though. You had Axis, which is AXS. You had Decentraland. You had Mana. You had all these, the metaverses, the sandbox. Those things existed. It's just no one believed in them or paid attention to them at all. And if you see the rocket moonshot they did, it was huge. Guess what? Luna existed. No one paid attention to it too. And it doesn't even matter. It basically collapsed, but it basically went on its nuclear run. Okay, so these things, a lot of them that did well in the bull market, absolutely crickets coming from that camp before the bull market really started, which is traditionally, friends, remember, bull market depends how you measure it. If you measure it from the absolute bottom tick, sure, that's the best prices. But you're probably here for like, okay, when is it optimal to kind of think about the speculation and the gambling and people coming in? And what's happened in the past is it is requiring Bitcoin to break the all-time high. That's kind of scary, right? Because even if Bitcoin goes to 100K, which is what many people believe, or 120, a 70% drop from that puts you way under it as well, which makes it very hard. So I've shown you just how random these narratives are, and the people who make it are not chasing narratives at all, okay? But you will be fooled. You see, there are going to be people you'll come across. You didn't see their heads in the last cycle at all. You don't know who the hell they are. They're just new people, and they'll come to you very, very confident, saying, aha, I've solved it. Okay, they might say, come and do this leverage trading. You should get long, get short. They'll say that part, okay? I'm just telling you now, don't care what you do, friends. Free country, free world. 99% failure rate, okay? So there's a 99% chance you'll have less money in 12 months than when you open that account, okay? So you can go play the casino if you want there. I don't like playing that game, okay, for you guys. Now, another thing you can do to participate, so besides that leverage trading, is these people who come out, they'll say, you've got to get behind the next narrative, the next narrative, the next narrative, okay? And they'll keep talking about that next narrative. And what you will think is, any of them have any competitive edge. Most of them, no edge, okay, at all. And by the time you realize someone actually did have an edge, you realize, oh crap, there was 19 other people who I shouldn't have listened to. I should have only listened to this dude. Here's where it gets tricky. You listen to that dude for the next cycle or the next part, they get it wrong, okay? Very unfortunate. I'm not going to name names. There are people in the crypto industry, they got like certain quarters of the year like really right, and then the next quarter, literally dead wrong, minus 90%, ecosystem's thrashed. So it's a tough game, okay? So you can't know the future, but you can try to increase your probability of winning by looking at things like network effects, how much noise in there, do you see other people being willing to join, right? That's why, for example, I have to keep using the PulseChain ecosystem. There's 140 content creators there, and the prices are cheap, okay? So these are the types of advantages you can compare to other chains that don't have that number of content creators and people out there with a loud megaphone and all these daily users being small, because you want a smaller user base, right? Starting, so you have big growth potential, okay? So these are the things I make these posts here and I just talk to everybody about, because, I mentioned to you, right? Recently, right? Everybody just gets trapped into buying the top of Soylana and gaming poop coins after the rally, but you had so many of these other narratives, okay? And that's why I go through these posts just to go here and tell you. But look, at the end of the day, based off liquidity and market cap, okay, friends, we're going to have to play some angel music for these people as well, because they still don't get it. And it's okay. I'm here to teach you, all right? In any coin, only 1 in 20 people can exit. About 5%. Then they send it to zero. Okay, so they can't exit and it stays there. No. As they exit, it goes to zero. All right. Every coin. Name Bitcoin, name Ethereum, name stocks. That's just what it is. Because the liquidity available at the time cannot accommodate for everybody. Your job is to try to pick something that has long-term viability. Because, those 1 in 20 people, they can only exit today. But if you get something that is growing over time, throughout the bull market, that 1 in 20 becomes a larger percentage. Now, actually, here's the tough part, all right? as that thing onboards more people, it's the new 1 in 20. It's if you start with 20 people, only 1 in 20 people can exit. But if you increase to 2,000 people, okay, well now 1,000 people can exit. Okay, so no, 100 people can exit. Okay, so compare that. First it was 1 out of 20. Now it is like 100 out of 2,000. You see what I mean? So these numbers, it's greater fool. Everything's greater fool in this world. This happens with stocks. This happens with bonds. Everything, friends. Absolutely everything. Stock market people, they try to put it over you and they say, well, no, you need more people. It's all a scam. No. In the stock market world, they can't get exponentially more amount of people coming in. So they print more money. You see? That's how it works. It's just that you don't get all the currency because you and I, when you're middle class, lower class, we are the outsiders. We'll never be able to get that currency, okay? But that currency is getting in. That's the only way for it to come into the system. So everything works like that. It's just that with the stock market, you don't have people selling things off minus 90%. Why? Because the government backstops it and prints money to fulfill the gap. But then you don't get that opportunity as well. See, in crypto, if you believe in the long-term rates and you participate in these things, you'll be able to make good returns because you know people are giving you diamonds away for the price of a penny. So that's why, friends, when you look at the Bitcoin cycle, you look at everything coming ahead, I want you to know that as Bitcoin continues to push up and give, green monthly candles, hopefully, people are going to come in with more confidence, and embedded within the monthly candles here, right, of Bitcoin, this is the previous bull market, the rise up, embedded within these are many narratives, many stories, many sectors, and I promise you, no one had any idea what was coming. All our narratives, so look, we knew they would pump, okay? I knew they would pump, but you didn't know which ones. That's why we do things like investigate the narratives that were old and that might still be relevant today, but they have diminished gains, right? Those are things that increase your probability. I can also tell you things like get into as many launch pads as you can, participate in as many ICOs as you can right now before the market gets frothy and hot. Okay, I'm going to keep speaking more about that to you over time because that's all you can do. Try to get in bottom price, okay? But you never really know. And I mean, like, I've got to use the example. There were two types of maxis in the previous bull market. You had an XRP maxi, you had a Cardano maxi. XRP had all this world adoption apparently and Ripple backing them, and it did 500x in 1 year, and there was an XRP army everywhere. But the bull market didn't reward them. In fact, payment solutions was now a trash narrative. No one wanted to give a premium to payment solutions. It never became a thing. What became a thing? Layer 1 chains. Cardano did over 100x in the last bull market from the low to the top. Okay, so you can see if you were all in on Cardano, you won. If you were all in on XRP, though, you lost. And it really does come down to playing this attention economy. So we don't know what's going to really be given all the attention next year. But I can tell you, whatever they are, we're going to be around here because you know what to look for. You know to look for things where there's an open canvas, right? And if you don't have a full clue, friends, maybe look for cycle 1 coins, of course, new coins. Try not to get in where there's low floating market cap so you don't get dumped on. So we're going to go through these things as they appear. But right now, we're still hunting. We've got to wait and see how the year plays out when it appears. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button on.